welcome. Tonight, you are invited into a quiet story from ancient legends and distant worlds. There is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to remember. Just allow the story to guide you gently into rest. Let your breathing slow. Let the night settle around you. And now, the story begins.
The night settles slowly, as if it has nowhere else to be. The air feels heavier, calmer. Breathing becomes softer, quieter, more natural. Long before sleep had a name, long before dreams were understood, there was Hypnos. Not a god of fear, not a god of darkness, but a presence of rest. Hypnos does not arrive suddenly. He does not demand attention. He comes gently, like dusk turning into night. In ancient times, the Greeks believed that sleep was sacred, that it was a place the soul visited each night, returning by morning refreshed, restored. Hypnos was the guardian of that passage. His realm was not loud or bright. It was still, dim, endless, a land where rivers moved without sound, where shadows were soft, where nothing rushed and nothing waited. Hypnos lived at the edge of the world, in a quiet cave beyond daylight and worry. Thick vines grew at its entrance, heavy with calm. From within flowed a gentle darkness, warm and safe. Even the gods respected Hypnos, because sleep touches everyone. When night deepens, Hypnos begins his slow work, not with commands, but with rhythm. He listens to breathing, to thoughts losing their shape, to the quiet surrender of the body. He moves through the world unseen, not above, not below, but alongside, in homes where lamps have dimmed, in rooms where minds grow tired, in moments where awareness begins to fade. Hypnos draws near. He does not stand at the bed. He does not watch. He settles into the space around you. Thoughts begin to loosen, muscles soften, time stretches gently. This is not forgetting. This is resting. Hypnos carries no symbols of power, no crown, no weapon. His presence is felt only through comfort, through the absence of tension, through the quiet relief of letting go. In ancient stories, he was said to carry poppy flowers, not to force sleep, but to invite it, to remind the body of its natural rhythm. Sleep is not something to chase. It arrives when it is welcomed. Hypnos understands this. As night continues, the world simplifies. Sounds become distant. Even worries lose their edges. They no longer demand answers. They drift, unfinished, into darkness. Hypnos remains patient. He waits for the moment when the mind stops holding on. Breath by breath, awareness softens. Each inhale slower than the last. Each exhale deeper, heavier. The body remembers what to do. In this space, dreams begin to form. Not yet images, not yet stories, just feelings, movement, warmth, weightlessness. Hypnos does not control dreams. He opens the door to them. Some nights, dreams are gentle. Some nights, they are deep and strange. But all are part of the same journey. The cave of Hypnos has no walls, no ceiling. It stretches endlessly, filled with the sound of nothing at all. A silence that does not feel empty, but full. Full of rest, full of release, full of peace. As you listen now, as your breathing slows, you're closer to his realm than you realize. You do not need to travel. You do not need to try. Sleep is already approaching. Hypnos is already here, not watching, not guiding, simply present. The night deepens. The body grows heavy. The mind begins to drift, and the story continues, slowly, gently, moving forward without effort toward deeper rest. As the night continues, effort disappears. There's nothing left to do, nothing left to decide. This is where Hypnos works most quietly. In the ancient world, it was believed that sleep was not an absence, but a place place the mind travels to when it no longer needs to hold the weight of the day. Hypnos was not the ruler of this place, but its keeper. He does not pull you into sleep. He allows you to drift. The body knows this path well. Muscles release without instruction. The jaw loosens, shoulders sink. Even the smallest tension begins to dissolve. Breathing becomes slower now, deeper, more even. With each breath, the world feels farther away. Sounds lose importance, thoughts lose urgency. They arrive, linger briefly, then fade without resistance. Hypnos moves through this space gently. He does not touch the mind. He surrounds it, like still water around a stone. In his presence, there's no need to understand, no need to remember. Awareness becomes soft, unfocused, calm. This is the threshold. Between waking and sleep, there is a moment where nothing needs a name, where time stretches thin and flexible, where the mind no longer asks questions. Hypnos waits here. Dreams begin as quiet signals, a color without shape, a movement without meaning, a feeling without memory. They do not demand attention. They simply exist. The ancient Greeks believed that Hypnos shared this realm with his twin brother, Thanatos. But where one represents final rest, Hypnos represents return. You always come back from sleep. That is why his presence feels safe. Sleep is not an ending. It is a pause, a restoration. As you drift deeper, the body grows heavier. The edges of awareness blur. The space between thoughts grows wider, longer, calmer. You may notice moments where you almost disappear into the darkness, then gently return. This is natural. Hypnos allows the mind to loosen at its own pace. Nothing is rushed, nothing is forced. In the quiet cave beyond worry and memory, silence wraps around everything. Not silence as emptiness, but silence as comfort. Here, even identity softens. Names fade. Stories lose shape. There's only rest. Breathing continues on its own now. Slow, steady, effortless. The night holds you. Hypnos remains near, not watching, not guiding, but present. Like a steady horizon that never moves. Thoughts that once felt important drift away without effort. They no longer need answers. They no longer ask to be solved. This is the gift of sleep. As the mind releases control, the body responds with warmth. A gentle heaviness spreads. Limbs feel distant, safe, supported. Dreams are closer now, not clear, not vivid yet, just close. Hypnos opens the way. He does not decide what you will dream. He only makes space for dreams to arrive. The night grows deeper. The world grows quieter. Awareness thins like mist, and the story moves gently forward, without direction, without effort, toward the place where sleep becomes complete. The night no longer moves forward. It simply remains. There's no beginning here and no ending, only the gentle continuation of rest. Breathing flows on its own now, slow, even, unnoticed. The body has released its weight. Muscles are soft. Thoughts no longer form complete shapes. Awareness drifts like mist, thin and light. This is where Hypnos feels closest. Not as a presence you notice, but as a quiet balance that holds everything steady, like still air, like deep water, like the moment just before sleep fully arrives. Nothing needs to be understood. Nothing needs to be remembered. Nothing needs to be held. In this space, time loosens. Minutes stretch without meaning. The night becomes wide and open, calm and endless. Hypnos does not speak. He does not guide. He simply allows. Dreams may come and go without clarity. Images may rise, then dissolve, or perhaps there are no images at all. Only softness, only warmth, only rest. Both are perfect. The world beyond sleep grows distant. Sounds fade into the background. Even silence feels gentle, supportive, complete. Breath follows breath, in and out. Each exhale carries you deeper into ease. The ancient stories say that Hypnos never leaves. He remains as long as rest is needed. When sleep deepens, he blends fully into it. When morning comes, he fades without disturbance. For now, there is no morning. There's only night. The mind no longer searches. It floats. Awareness thins until it feels transparent. Effort has disappeared completely. This is the natural state of rest. The night holds everything quietly. Thoughts rest. Memories rest. Even stories rest. And when the story rests, it gently turns back on itself. The darkness softens. Breathing continues. Silence expands. And once again, the night settles calmly, without urgency, without sound, just as it always does. As the silence deepens, Hypnos does not move away. He remains, not as a figure, but as a present. A weightless calm settles over everything, like a soft blanket placed gently upon the mind. Time no longer stretches forward. It no longer pulls backward. Time simply rests. In this place, thoughts arrive slowly, as if they are drifting on water. They appear, and then quietly dissolve. Hypnos breathes once, and the world follows his rhythm. Inhale, exhale. With each breath, the edges of awareness soften. Sounds grow distant. Shapes lose their sharpness. Even memory begins to blur, not disappearing, but becoming unimportant. Here, there's nothing to solve, nothing to remember, nothing to prepare for, only rest. Hypnos walks across the dream realm, his footsteps making no sound. Where he passes, the air grows heavier with calm. Stars dim slightly, not because they fade, but because eyes no longer need to see them. Sleep is no longer approaching. Sleep has already arrived. A quiet river of darkness flows beneath everything, carrying worries away without resistance. You do not follow it. You do not watch it. You simply let go. Hypnos raises one hand, and the dream realm slows even further. Every moment stretches into softness. Every second becomes gentle. There is no edge between waking and dreaming now, no clear line, only a warm, endless drift. Breathing becomes automatic, effortless, natural. The body remembers how to rest, even if the mind forgets everything else. Hypnos does not speak, yet his silence communicates more than words ever could. It says, "You're safe. You are allowed to rest. Nothing is required of you now." The darkness here is not empty. It is full of peace, full of quiet protection. Thoughts slow until they barely form. Then they stop forming at all. There's no need to listen closely, no need to hold on. Even this voice can fade into the background, becoming part of the dream itself. Hypnos remains near, unchanging, eternal. The god of sleep does not rush. He never has. Sleep is patient. It arrives when resistance disappears. And now, there is none left. The dream realm gently loops in on itself, like a soft circle with no beginning and no end. Darkness breathes. Silence hums quietly. Everything repeats, without effort. And so you drift, deeper and deeper into rest. And so, this story gently comes to an end. The words slowly fade into the quiet of the night. For the next few minutes, there will be only soft ambience, gentle sounds to help you relax and drift deeper into rest. When this video quietly finishes, the night will continue with another calm story, flowing naturally without interruption. There's nothing you need to do. Just stay comfortable, stay relaxed, and let the sounds carry you forward.